got to have some kind of bottom on the hive, and I use a screen bottom because you can slide a tray in during the year to monitor mites to drop off the bees to see where they're at. So that's your screen bottom, and then on top of that, stack up your hive bodies. And I use 3 mediums like this, and feed these out. This is where they draw a comb out.
So this is what it looks like, and then they build this.
Yeah, this is just a plastic foundation. Some of them, I don't know if I have them out here, but I've got
that entire honeycomb. That's the honey.
Well, that's the comb.
Oh.
But they build that, right?
And then they build this out, and then they fill it with honey, and actually put a wax cap over it.
Oh, okay.
And then I have an extractor back there in the back, and I got a long flat knife that heats up. And you go across here and you cut the top capping off and exposes all those cells. And then you set these down in the extractor, line them up all around the tub, and then turn it on, and it spins, and the centrifugal force shoots all the honey out to the sides, and it runs down, and you drain it in a spigot. That's
pretty neat.
That's how that goes.
So they can just go from they can be in all of those, in any of those sections at any time, all working, right?
Oh yeah, in the summer I might have 5 or 6 of these stacked up, and the bees are top to bottom. Yeah, they'll usually keep their eggs and stuff in the bottom 2 or 3 boxes, and then put 2 or 3 more of these on top. They'll fill all those with honey.
Okay.
And they got to spread it out. When nectar comes in, they've got to cure it. They keep moving it around, and they fan it and drying it to get down to just the right. It's got to be under 17% moisture, and then they cap it. If it's any higher than that, it'll ferment. So they somehow know when it's done, and they cap it over. I'm trying to find some that extract.
Hey. Hi.
Anyway, here's another setup with deeps. You take that screen bottom board and you use these staples and secure the first box to it so you can move it around. And these are the same basic principle.
Okay.
They build the comb out, and on a lot of them, I'll just put a thin little wood strip across the top, and then they build the comb straight down.
Okay. So that one doesn't even have a pattern background, right?
Well, this one did. If you look right in there, you can see that thin.
Okay.
That's called foundation, but some of them, this one here, so you put a strip here, and they'll fill the whole thing out.
Okay, so this is a natural pattern for them.
Yeah.
This is what they're programmed to do.
Yeah, and that's most of mine. I've kind of converted to that. They call it natural cell, and you just put a strip in and let them build what they want instead of a preset pattern. And then they'll build all different sizes, and typically, like in the center, oval center of each frame are the smallest diameter cells, and that's where they keep all their brood, and then they put honey and pollen in bands around that on each frame.
That's really interesting.
And on mine, a lot of people use bottom entrances, like right here you can see. This is where the bees would come in and out.
Oh, okay.
I don't use them anymore because the skunks eat the bees. They'll come up at night and they scratch on the hive. The bees come out and they mash them, and they'll eat the bees, and they can devastate a colony, a family of them. So I went to upper entrances, and I'll use a top with a notch in it. Usually it's up like this high, and the bees come in and out of the top. Oh yeah, all the time. That's why I switched. Yeah, I've had them here, and then the dog got into them, but I was just feeding skunks.
Yeah.
So this eliminated it, and they don't come around anymore. That's pretty much the basics of
the hive.
all the parts.